Hello again, everybody. Yours truly, Rick Earl, sports writer, Greene County Daily World, with the ugly guy with the beard, BJ Argus, sports editor, Greene County Daily World. Time again for the BJ and Rick Sports Show. Guess we're going to do a preview of the NBA playoffs and a little talk about the Indy 500.
Talk away.
Well, just wanted to let fans know that even though we're about a month away yet from the greatest spectacle in racing or raining or whatever, yes, I just thought I might give you an update on some of the names that you can look for if you decide to take the trip up to the Speedway next month, and the short and abbreviated qualifying
month of May.
Yeah, it's now
half a month.
It's actually 2 weeks and 2 weekends in May. But the usual IRL cars. Newman Haas has got a couple of separate entries with Oriol Servia and let's see who else. So I'll just kind of run down. Oriol Servia, Helio Castroneves for Team Penske. Rookie Panther Racing's got J.R. Hildebrand. KV Racing's got Takuma Sato. Penske's also got Ryan Briscoe. And then, of course, there's everybody's favorite, Danica Patrick, Queenie. Dragon Racing has a couple of blank entries to be announced, which means they don't have drivers as of the printing of this. Scott Dixon will be there for Target Chip Ganassi, along with Mr. Ashley Judd, Dario Franchitti. Well, Davey Hamilton's going to make his return for Dreyer and Reinbold. Will Power will be there for Penske. Vitor Mira will be in one of AJ Foyt's cars. Rafael Matos will be in the AFS Racing. Let's go with that. James Jakes will be in there for Dale Coyne, along with another car sponsored by the Boy Scouts of America with a driver to be named. Dreyer and Reinbold's also going to send Justin Wilson and a familiar face, Paul Tracy.
A name I actually know.
A name that he knows, Paul Tracy. Anna Beatrice will be there from Dreyer and Reinbold as well. She's from Sao Paulo, Brazil, fine young driver. Mike Conway, Ryan Hunter-Ray will round out the Andretti Motorsports, along with Danica Patrick, of course. Bertrand Baguette will be driving David Letterman and Bobby Rahall's entry in the Rahal-Letterman Lanigan Racing. Then Graham Rahal will be in one of Chip Ganassi's semi-sponsored cars, and Richard Petty's entry with John Andretti will be there. Panther also has another couple of cars, as does Sarah Fisher Racing. They have one car without a driver to be named, and the other one with Tony George's stepson, Ed Carpenter. He's also scheduled to drive for the Dollar General Sarah Fisher Racing stables. Alex Tagliani will be in the Sam Schmitz entry. Simona Di Silvestro, you might remember her. She had a top 5 finish at St. Petersburg in the season opener for the RRL. She's from Switzerland, which this maybe you can answer. Why is racing outlawed in Switzerland? It is. It's been outlawed in Switzerland. To be a race driver in Switzerland, you got to go somewhere else. Anyway, Simona Di Silvestro. And, of course, Tony Kanaan's going to drive his KV Racing Technologies Geico entry. Another rookie for Novo Nordisk Chip Ganassi Racing. Chip Ganassi's got his fingers in all kinds of things. Be Tony Kanaan. Charlie Kimball, the rookie. And Sam Schmidt.
That's Charlie Kirzia.
No, Charlie, we know you're not driving race cars. BJ's is full of it. That'll be Charlie Kimball. Then Jay Howard, a guy from England, will also have another Sam Schmidt entry. Dan Weldon will be driving for Brian Herta. Townsend Bell will be driving for Sam Schmidt. James Hinchcliffe will be driving an entry from the Newman Haas Racing stables, while Thomas Schechter will drive another KV Racing Technologies entry, and Bruno Junqueira will be the other AJ Foyt entry. Now, just one more thing I want to bring up.
Why you got 2 posted?
One's the NBA playoff schedule that you got there.
Okay.
So. But anyway, race start 43 days till the green flag, which kind of, for gearheads, that's kind of a big deal. The thing going on race day, I never heard of this before, and I saw it last week. It's called Hot Wheels Fearless at the 500. A mass driver is going to take a truck and set a world record jumping a truck across the infield in turn 4. And yes, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway has special ticket packages to allow you to see that.
Okay.
The mass driver of Team Hot Wheels. So does that explain why you were...
Is that something like the Twin Towers of Terror or whatever?
No, that's what it says in the press release.
What?
A masked driver from Team Hot Wheels.
Well, what was
That was the Triple Towers of Inside Terror.
Okay.
Yeah, that was written basketball. Which, some people will appreciate that. But anyway,
some people don't.
Yeah, well, some people do.
Some people don't have any taste. So.
That's right. But he's going to drive a truck down a 90-foot ramp that's 100 feet in the air and jump across the infield. That'll be interesting enough to see how many drunk people try to get underneath it.
Now, when is this supposed
That's
to happen?
on the morning of race day at turn 4.
Okay, I was going to say before, during, or after. So it's before.
Before, yeah.
Okay.
It's before the race on race day. But anyway, it's supposed to jump across the infield in turn 4, and you know what kind of expansive amount of alcoholism and inebriated people partake there in the snake pit. But anyway, on to other things. Anyway, that'll be... Well, as I find out more information, I'll update everybody on that one. Okay, you ready to talk NBA playoffs now?
Well, we've got about 20 seconds left.
Oh, go ahead.
No, anyway, for those people that
have nothing better to do?
Yeah, the NBA playoffs do start tomorrow. 16 teams, probably too many.
About 15 and a half, probably. 14 at least.
Okay, all right.
Okay, moving on.
In the tomorrow's schedule, you got the Bulls and the Pacers from the United Center in Chicago, 1 o'clock on ESPN. Also, the ABC game, the 3:30 both days. Miami, Philadelphia tomorrow, and the Lakers play New Orleans at 3:30 on Sunday. Boston, New York at the 3 versus the 6, Sunday night on TNT. Atlanta, Orlando, Saturday night on ESPN at 7. The rest of the West, San Antonio against Memphis, 7 o'clock on Sunday, TNT. Dallas, Portland, the 3-6 matchup. Probably one of the most interesting series of the first 8. Saturday night on ESPN at 9:30, and Oklahoma City, Denver, Sunday night on TNT, 9:30. Also should be pretty interesting series, the 4-5. It's obviously Pacers, not much of a chance. Okay, all right.
But there are tickets available for the games in Indianapolis.
Well, of course,
And I'm still waiting for BJ to pay for them so I can go with it.
I can't believe that actually the Pacers end up with a Saturday, Monday, Thursday, Saturday, which almost makes sense.
Why?
You play 4 games in 8 days. That's an NBA type schedule,
right,
as opposed to some of the series which aren't as
yeah,
tightly.
Yeah, but how do the Pacers end up getting a weekend game and 3 Thursday games, or 2 Thursday games, whatever it is?
Well, they get a Thursday and a Monday and 2 Saturdays. Everybody on here gets.
No, I'm talking about in Indianapolis.
Oh, they have 1 game a week from Saturday.
Yeah, 1 Saturday game
and 1 Thursday.
And 1 Thursday game.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then if they did play game 6, I'm not sure when that would be.
That's on a Thursday.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I wrote it down here. Yeah.
Okay. So. But anyway, I don't have any big upset specials. Everybody thinks Dallas will fold again in the first round against Portland. Mm-hmm. Nobody, like somebody said, there's virtually no locks in this thing this year, which probably will make it one of the most interesting playoffs.
Or not.
If that's your cup of tea.
Yeah.
Which, of course, it's not his cup of tea.
Well, I'm just not a big NBA person.
Yes,
unless you're buying the tickets and it don't cost me nothing. I am.
Okay, I understand that.
Yes. Unless I can get the tickets free.
So I did hear Rick Smits on the radio today. They were talking to him, which made me think of yesteryear. And so I am hopeful we can get at least 2 games and force it to game 6.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
But are you going to game 4?
I don't think so.
Really?
At this point, I don't have any plans to.
Okay, well, I'm just checking.
Okay. Well, the clock on the wall says the NBA's history.
Yep.
And the Gearheads unite.
Yes, Gearheads unite. Don't forget, we got racing going on around us. All right, well, I guess. Now, stay tuned for the greatest spectacle in strangeness. That'll be the BJ and Rick Sports Show. From the bowels of the Greene County Daily World in Studio 79, I'm Rick Earl, sports writer of the Greene County Daily World. And this ugly guy here is the sports editor, BJ Hargis of the Greene County Daily World, saying that's it for this time. We'll see you next time.